Oh my god.
Thank you for tuning in and welcome to Night Errant, the weekly show where I give wargamers cocktails in trade of wargaming rants. And I'm sitting here with my wife and we're going to talk about Shadow War Armageddon, mainly about her very successful Red Sunyak and her witches.
Mm-hmm.
So, dearest, why did you choose to play Dark Eldar in Shadow War Armageddon?
Well, first of all, I used to play Mordheim. I'm fairly new to skirmish war games. I've played skirmish war games for 5 years, ever since I met you, actually. And I used to play a very successful Dark Elf warband. I don't play 40k, and I know nothing of 40k lore. But Dark Elf, Dark Eldar, tomato, tomato. So it was a fairly easy pick. Yeah. And also, if you know nothing of 40k lore, Dark Eldars are... You don't have to know anything about their grudges, about their history, about... Well, Dark Eldars, yeah, but Dark Eldar witches. They just turn out of nowhere. They're just raiding gladiators and on rampage, and it's fun. You don't have to get deep into the lore and find a reason why your inquisitors are fighting the Dark Angels or something like that. It's easy. And
they can pick a fight with anyone for no reason whatsoever.
Exactly. I'm catching up on the 40k lore. I'm getting there. There's a long way to go. Also, Dark Eldars are an easy pick if you don't know anything about the weapons. The lists for some of the kill teams are very excessive, and that is not the case of Dark Eldars. So you have to read up a little on, well, 5 weapons or so, and then you're good to go. So, easy.
Mm. And also, it seems that they happen to have the best and cheapest melee weapon.
That they do. That was not the reason for choosing them.
No.
But yeah.
And speaking of that, and being successful and stuff, so do you win a lot?
I do win a lot. I have, if you have to believe the Facebook group, then there's been a lot of questions, and okay, so why do you want to play this kill team? They seem a bit underpowered, and that is not my experience. But they are but they are definitely very terrain dependent. So if you only have what comes with the box, a few plateaus, a few storages, and no
scatter terrain,
whatsoever, then they're doomed. But if you have Promethean pipelines or containers, especially long stretchy scatter terrain, then they are, well, flying. But of course you have to have patience, a lot of patience. You are not playing a skirmish war game, you are playing hide and seek.
Yeah.
And the first 4 turns, then you are pre-measuring, you are calculating, you are speculating, and your turns take forever, and your opponent, well, goes out to smoke. It takes forever, and I hate Overwatch.
yeah. Overwatch.
It is my enemy.
It
That's-
can be.
yeah, no,
That and open
ouch.
spaces.
Open spaces, yeah. So it's sneaky. You have to have a lot of patience, and if you watch a lot of battle reports on the internet, then yeah, I can understand why you would think that Dark Eldars are underpowered, because they are in it for the entertainment, and they don't have the time to have 4 to 5 very boring turns. So they rarely use their potential. They go straight out into the open, and they are gunned down. I use shooting, but mainly in hand-to-hand.
You use pistols in hand to hand.
Yeah. I think I have shot 5 rounds, something like that, in the shooting phase, and that's about it.
And that's over 10 plus games.
Yeah. So yeah, they want the melee.
Yeah, and that's what's so lovely about their pistols. They're excellent melee weapons.
They are very good, actually. I know there's a lot about the chain hook on the internet, and the chain hook is lovely. It really is.
Especially since parry is the key special rule to have
Yeah.
in melee.
Especially versus scouts. I like my chain hits.
Yeah, versus Imperial warbands and their swords.
Yeah. But yeah, the splinter pistol, it's sweet too. Their weapons are brilliant.
Yeah, and I was about to say, only thing that weapons are lacking is the ability to parry, but then you just add a mirror helm and then they can parry too. So,
It's
yeah, I know, right?
very sweet.
But it looks fancy.
And very fancy. It's cocktail night. This is state night, by the way.
Yeah. Somebody took our son and we're home alone. So, do you like playing Dark Eldar?
Oh. Yeah. Ish. I like winning. Most of my opponents have been playing skirmish war games for years. And
Technically, you do too. No.
okay, 5 years. 5 years. It does not compare to your experience or Robin's experience or
Some of the other
I'm
people you'll see on Night Errant soon enough.
yeah, 5 years. That's still being new to the game. It is, and yes, I've had successful warbands in Mordheim or
Frostgrave.
Frostgrave, but I tend to struggle. I do. I must admit that, and it's refreshing to have a very successful kill team. It really is. But that said, I mentioned the 4 to 5 rounds, right? Dark Eldars do not make fun games.
No, you've goaded your enemies into taking rash and stupid action just to get action going,
Yeah.
which is which can be daunting to play against when you end up just rushing forward with your long-range rifles, because you will kill yourself if there is another turn where you say, I enter Overwatch, and your opponent spends half an hour pre-measuring all the movement.
Exactly. They are, they're not aggressive. And they make for boring games. They really do. So, I like playing Dark Eldars, but I definitely need another warband. Kill team.
Yeah.
And that's it. Also, you play a few games of Dark Eldars, and then you're pretty much done with your kill team. It takes the 2, maybe 1 game to get your 10 guys, and then a couple of games more, and you have all the weapons you need. And then, then there's some poison and there's mirror helms, but you're pretty much done.
Basically, unlike any other warband, they have that build from game 1. I mean, they're
Pretty
playing
much.
to their tactic from game 1, and then you just
They don't evolve.
exactly. You just add a bit to that. Whereas with
And then you spend
scouts, you work your way to get another heavy weapon to get to be more than 7 guys, and they're too cheap actually, because
They
you don't
are.
have to
And you only-
prioritize your
you
shopping.
only spend points on buying in men again, and that's pretty much it. And yes, then you can only buy a witch with not full gear, but another turn, and then you can restock on weapons, and then you're good to go again.
I'd hate to think about how powerful you would be if you actually remembered to roll you on the drugs table.
I roll initiative, you know that.
You had some games with toughness when it really counted and stuff like that.
That's true. But I've been known to roll a lot of initiative. But they
Or not roll at all.
Not roll at all, yeah. That's that. Yeah.
But then again, everybody forgets the corrosive slag, or what's it called, Promethium.
Promethium Sprawl, yeah.
Yeah.
And
Even
also, I
even though
hate
corrosive slag. Imagine these 4 turns
No.
waiting for them to run up.
No. Then
and-
it just doesn't take 4 turns. Then it takes 6 turns.
Exactly,
I
because
have
now
to
they're walking.
walk. Actually, I too get impatient. So
Yeah.
they actually tend to run. And I had one game where
You tried to run and pretty much lost the game to the corrosive slag.
No. Red Sonyak survived.
This is true.
Yeah. Voluntarily.
She-
Ouch.
Yeah, she routed when she was crawling in the mud with a bolt round in her skull.
Yeah. But then I win on post battle.
Definitely. That's really a curse. Whenever you actually lose a game, the post battle leaves your best warriors frenzied.
Yeah, but when you start out with 8 guys, and yes, maybe 2 of them miss next game, but you have the points to add 2 more, so you still have 8 guys for game 2. And then they come back with a free level.
Yeah.
Um,
Whereas my guys get captured or die.
no, that's just what you remember, dear. They do.
But now I'm painting up my orcs because now I want to melee
Alright.
too.
Yeah.
So and they don't have parry, so screw those chain hooks.
Yeah. Screw those chain hooks. Have you met my splinter pistol?
Orcs.
Orcs.
And speaking of making kill teams, what will your next kill team be to get some variation?
I do have a thing for Father Nagel.
I know.
And so it will be chaos. And after playing Dark Eldars, I like toughness 5. Definitely do. So that's gonna be sweet. For some reason, I can't have this guy in my kill team, but we're working on that.
No, we're not.
Yes. And
I
of
will-
course,
I will paint him up for the Death Guard army that is spawning from the kill team now with 8th edition coming out and
yeah,
lots
we're
of cool
lucky.
nurgly stuff. So, and I will
Yeah.
definitely do a video on painting up that Forge World great unclean one.
Yeah, it'll be sweet. But yeah, I like the gooiness of Nurgle. I like how cheery they are about sickness and death and chaos. It's not.
That they don't take it all too seriously.
No. So I got a wound. Oh, let me. Infection. Yeah. I like that. I do like plague monks.
Yeah, you based your Frostgrave
Yeah,
warband on
exactly.
fantasy, Warhammer Fantasy Nurgle minis from all the armies.
Yeah, Nurgle. So, but a part of my fascination with Nurgle definitely comes from how you paint Nurgle.
Yeah. Side note, my wife is a wonderful miniature painter. She
No,
just
she's not.
just doesn't find it very entertaining, which is fair. We have a few pieces of terrain and 1 or 2 models that you painted mostly, and then I finished them because you just really wasn't motivated.
Yeah, I don't finish. That's true. I do not have the patience for that. But
Though she can wait 5 turns to start fighting.
that's only 5 turns. This is 5 weeks. So, but
I don't
Yeah.
mind. I get to paint up a lot of different stuff because we play against each
and
other.
I love all the special effects. Well, Citadel special effects, Nurgle's Rod, Corrosion, Rust, Reese's Rust.
Risa Rust.
We have quite a few of those. I'm not quite sure why.
Because back when the technical paints came out, we wanted to surprise each other and bought a couple. I went to the
That
local
Christmas.
store and bought some, and you ordered some online. And then when we opened our gifts, we both
Yeah.
gave each other special effects that I could use to paint your minis.
We tend to give each other very nerdy gifts.
We like toys.
We like our toys. Yeah, that's true. But yes,
How did you make that sound so dirty when I tried to make it sound
I
nerdy?
have no idea.
Anyway,
Okay, so Fallen Nurgle aside, I think my 3rd kill team, if my house painter allow it, will be Tau.
yeah, you mentioned that. Also in various comments around the social media.
I did do that, right? So, I don't really like the miniatures. I
Of
think
the Tau.
Of Tau. Tau.
Tau.
Tau.
Tau.
I want me a shooty warband.
Yeah.
After playing Dark Eldars, after playing Hide and Seek, of course, Tau is. They have a little bit of both. They have the Hide and Seek too.
They do, but they don't have the melee.
No,
Melee.
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 They don't have the
Melee.
But yeah, I definitely want to shoot him up. Hey, what's that? My drink.
You mine is empty.
Oh. I do not like the Tau miniatures. I think they're bland. Actually, the whole thing started with me pointing out that I would definitely not play Tau because they are so boring. But then I pictured
and remember, my wife doesn't have the 40k reference of hating Tau.
Oh, people hate Tau?
What do they do?
Okay. Well, I do too. Or, but then I pictured them in orange and white and the whole 80 feel. And then I just couldn't stop saying spaceship. And it became a
Hashtag
thing.
Lego the movie.
Sorry. And now I want to play Tau. I think.
And you want to yell spaceship.
Yeah, I'm gonna be the most annoying player.
You already are.
Oh.
5 turns before any action.
Yeah. But let's see how that goes.
I look forward to paint them up.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, we're still waiting the miniatures, right?
we ordered up
Because of course I wanted to play something we did not have in stock already. We do have Necronarmy.
We have a ton of plastic and resin laying around, but we ordered up piecemeal just the bits to make a simple starter warband, and then we want to go with the Wargamer exclusive miniatures once they get some character and expand with that, because
less bland.
The regular minis are really boring, and I couldn't get myself to buy a box of Pathfinders to paint up an entire unit. So we just ordered the necessary 3 drones and 7 Pathfinders and some different guns, and then
and then they can look a bit more kill teamy.
Yeah, exactly. Get some personality.
Because, well, as far as I get, they do not have a reason for being there, right?
In our current setting, or in Armageddon, especially in that, I mean, I actually think in the lore, during the Third War of Armageddon, the Tau Empire was still undiscovered by mankind.
Yeah. Then they have to play a lot of hide and seek. So it'll be something like our prisoner transport crashing on
especially
the
because,
planet.
if I recall it right, they don't do warp travel, so you can't even use the warp excuse.
No, that's definitely a bonus of Dark Eldars. You don't have to have a reason for being there.
There is an old way gate somewhere, and they pop out.
Yeah, and we do like our fluff.
We do, and we tend to forge a very strong narrative whenever we play anything.
Yeah.
And have long-winded talks about this and that character's personal story and stuff like that.
And yes, we do name our miniatures.
And people should. I mean, don't play skirmish games where there are injuries and levels without naming your guys. And don't just stop with the naming. Give them a bit of character. I mean, you have a Dark Eldar who actually breaks rank and runs out in the open due to impatience because Ether just doesn't like the hide and seek mode and wants to get into action.
No, that's his role. He is a debutant, and he is yet to survive a game, actually.
Yeah, he's still a debutant. He survives, but he goes out of action every game. Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah. So.
Yeah, that's just his thing.
So yeah.
It requires a lot of...
Play to the narrative. That also solves any problems with the rules, or if something doesn't make sense, forge a good narrative for it.
Yeah.
That was
the prison
actually,
transfer.
That was the only good thing about the 7th edition 40k rulebook. The little grey box that said forge a narrative.
I would know anything about what he said. Yes.
So, yeah. Thank you for watching. I hope you learned a lot. No, actually I don't. I hope you were entertained. Tune in next week where Robin will be back to talk a bit more about 40k. And till next time.
Take care and bye-bye.
Yeah. And if you played back in the day, now you hate Tau for ugly minis. This is how Dark Eldar looked when they were first released.
Oh.
Yeah.
When is that? Oh, doesn't say. It actually doesn't say. Yeah, October.
Yeah, it's from October.
It's from October.
So pretty. Actually, I think this is when 3rd edition came out.
Oh.
Yeah.
So that's when you stopped playing?
This is one of the last White Dwarf I bought before I gave up and thought it was all stupid.
Okay.